Beautiful thing, man.
Hey, y'all got used to call me 12, man. 12.
Used to calling me 12, man. 12 on this beautiful, beautiful day. What's hopping, people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. You know how we do before we get started. We got to give a shout out to you for taking the time out to watch this video. And while you're here, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments in the comment section. The comment section be jumping. Y'all need to get in there because we be having the time. And before we get started, man, a shout out to the CU aunties, especially that one lady, D, Miss D. This is her picture. And CU aunties, if y'all want to send your boy some more stuff to put in these videos, because we haven't been doing Colorado videos in a minute since everybody's been hating on our guy 12, you know. But we're going to ease back into the Colorado videos, and all of you Cleveland Browns fans, I know y'all Ohio State fans, but y'all gonna come around to the Colorado side and see what Coach Prime is building over there. And you can support two programs. You can support your program because I'm an Alabama guy, but I'm a Coach Prime dude too. So I support Colorado and what Coach Prime is doing also over there. Can't wait to see him flourish and do great things with that program. But let's do what we're here to do and what we're here to do it for. Let's talk about 12. Let's go. And before we get started, somebody told me to calm down with this music act. That's not going to happen. Those that have been watching my videos for a while know we keep this music thing flowing in the background. It keeps the video kind of steady. And yeah, it is what it is. But let's do what we came here to do. Talk about this 144th pick for the Cleveland Browns and where we're at today. And since Coach Prime has made his statement, a lot of the haters have shown up in the woodwork. You know, a lot of people have a lot of things to say. And some of them are bad, some of them are good. But one thing you cannot is Coach Prime for defending his son. You got a problem with the man defending his son, then you have a problem, huge. Because no matter what, to the ends of the earth, we will go for our children. And if you don't have children, then you don't understand the plight of Deion Sanders in this 144th pick on how it made him feel to watch his son projected first round overall draft pick, projected to go 1, 2, or 3 in this draft, fall all the way to the 5th round. And people only did it because of him. They said NFL teams like to win. And I keep hearing that NFL teams will do whatever to win. But you got to understand, this is the NFL we talking about. We talking about 32 specific 32 billionaires and a few millionaires who are minority owners. But those minority owners really have no say unless you Tom Brady. The Williams sisters ain't got no say in Miami for real. Oh, if y'all didn't know, yeah, they got a piece of that. Charles Woodson ain't really got no say in Cleveland, and he just got that. Who is a minority owner in Cleveland? You know, but these 32 billionaires have say. Roger Goodell works for them. Roger Goodell does not work for the players of the NFL. Roger Goodell takes the bullets for all the NFL owners. But at the end of the day, whatever those owners tell Roger Goodell to do, he will do. So don't tell me there can be no conspiracy theory or there can't organize to have Shedeur not drafted highly in the NFL draft. Don't tell me that can't happen. So you telling me Colin Kaepernick don't have a job, not because he wasn't one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but because all 32 owners decided they didn't want Colin Kaepernick in their organization. So don't tell me it's not possible. We have heard the stories of people not picking up Tim Tebow because they thought Tim Tebow was going to be a distraction. That's why Tim Tebow was not back in the game. So don't tell me it's not possible that they can't organize to have Shedeur Sanders not drafted highly in the 2025 draft. Bullshit. See, I was going to do a whole nother video, and then I got on this. So here we go stay. You can't tell me that 32 owners, or even 8, or even 10, those owners that needed a quarterback in this draft did not get together and say, we're not drafting this man, period. I will say it, and I will stand on this, that Shedeur Sanders was supposed to go undrafted and was supposed to be an undrafted free agent in this draft, simply because they wanted to make an example out of him and his father, to let them know that they run nothing when it comes to the NFL. You do what we say or as we let you do. But one thing you can't do with Shedeur or Deion Sanders is have them fall in line, because that doesn't happen. They do what's necessary. They'll do their job. But what they won't do is fall in line and capitulate to the bullshit of these owners. That's why most of these owners did not like Deion Sanders. Most of these GMs did not like Deion Sanders. These GMs and head coaches were scared of Deion Sanders, because if things were not going right, they were scared that Deion Sanders would take their job. But we're not going to get back into that, because I could be on that all day. But I do got somebody else that felt that.
At least 5 of them was wrong, right? Because they need a quarterback in the best way. He can. You talk about from extremes. You said fighting for a roster spot to potentially being a starter.
Right.
Like, what are we? It's a lot of in between. So you mean to tell me that that's a 5th round pick? I think it's laughable that that so many teams passed on him over and over again.
So why do you
half
think
of the 4th round?
That's the question.
Because they cut their nose to spite their face. Whatever statement they were trying to make, a lot of those guys that made those picks, I guarantee you, at least 3 or 4 of them is going to be unemployment line. It's going to be because they didn't find a quarterback that they were looking for, whether general manager or head coach.
You said
the Deion thing might not have been, hey, I'm scared that Deion's going to take my job, or that Deion's going to end up.
Shame on you if that even.
Deion Sanders,
you deserve to be fired if you're afraid of a man taking your job, so you don't take his son.
If Flacco's getting the reps, or if Dylan Gabriel beats him out, it could happen. They drafted Dylan. Is everyone else just an idiot because that happened?
Yes, and you don't believe that.
Yes, and you don't believe that. That's right. They will be on the unemployment line, because a lot of those head coaches and GMs were scared that if they did not do things right and things weren't going right during the season, that those owners would look down and say, hey, Deion, you're doing pretty good down there in Colorado. You got those boys in shape. These players that you send to the NFL are the most prepared players coming to the NFL. You want the job? That's what they're scared of. But it's weird the way people act as if we all don't see this. And a lot of people like to throw color around. A lot of people like to throw race in the mix. And then they come up with yes, the NFL is over 85% black, so there can't be no racism. Bullshit. Bullshit. But that's what we're not going to do right here. We're not going to get into that, because that's a whole touchy subject, and I hate to hurt people's feelings because we can go there. But Maggie Gray of the Maggie and Perloff show, y'all seen the other idiot yesterday. Let's listen to her.
First heard this, I thought, I get it. I get Deion trying to defend his kid. I do. And any parent would do it. And you feel like people are telling lies for their own benefit about your kid. It's the last thing that Shedeur needs, though. Like, think about everything that's been coming out of Brown's camp that he's been fitting in, that it hasn't been the Shedeur show. He, tried to tamp down that stupid story about the car that I didn't know what color it was. The NFL, in some way, told you no thanks for 4 rounds.
Yep.
And so we were wondering, all right, is Shedeur going to take that, internalize it? Is he going to use it as rocket fuel? And it looks like so far he has. He's doing the Tom Brady thing. He's putting the chip on his shoulder, and maybe this becomes part of his origin story. When you got Deion out there being like, you know what, it's actually all fake, it's all lies, it's taken away from the learning lesson, like the lesson that maybe needed to be taught, that Shedeur got this like big dose of humble pie. I don't know if he deserved it or he didn't, but he got it. So now how do you handle it?
And see, that's the problem. Y'all think that Shedeur has been humbled. The thing is, he hasn't changed. Nothing has changed about Shedeur. You think he's been humbled because he was the 144th pick. But actually, he has gone about business as usual. He has actually done the same things he's always done. Yes, his feelings was hurt because he wasn't drafted as high as he wanted to be, as he thought he should be, as we knew he should have been. But that doesn't mean he was humble. He was broken. No, he wasn't humbled. He wasn't broken. He just went back to work. A person like you guys would have been humbled. You guys would have been broken. You would have been brought to your knees. But with a guy that was raised by a man who serves God and a man that has been in this system and knows how this system works, he has taught his kids how to navigate through this system and the things that would happen in life and the things to look out for, the pitfalls, the perils, the things to stay away from. The narrative of Shedeur was he was unprepared. He wasn't ready. He came in with his headphones on. He was joking around. And like I've told y'all a million times, that is not who Shedeur is. That is not who he was or who you've seen him to be. The stories might be true. He came in with his headphones on, but were they around his neck or were they on his ears? They said he was taking FaceTime calls during the meeting. Did his phone ring during the meeting and he denied the call? And you said he was taking a FaceTime call? Come on. This guy's a businessman also. So yes, he's going to be inundated with phone calls. People are going to call him, reporters and other football teams during the draft process, trying to get in contact with him, wanting to speak with him. All types of people. He knows a zillion superstars. But you tried to make it a story that it wasn't. And you thought that it would be his downfall. And Coach Prime would have to bend the knee to the NFL. But Shiloh down in Tampa Bay showing out. Y'all said he wasn't NFL worthy. Shiloh was one of the best safeties in college football. These kids are prepared. These kids are ready. They have been taught and been practicing with NFL players since they were kids. Shedeur's been throwing to NFL receivers that were covered by NFL DBs since he was 15, 16 years old. That's why I tell you, he is the most prepared quarterback coming into this draft. Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, holds not one candle to what he is ready for. But Shady McCoy, Shady McCoy.
In OTAs, I think you can show something. And I think you can jump Dylan Gabriel if you play well. I think that's a guy who people over there, coaches, some coaches I know over there, players I know over there, they already think that Shedeur's better than him. I think going forward, how you really can change is probably in the preseason. Yep. And I was thinking, like, Shady, who's a good comparison or a similar situation? And it was some guys like Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. If you look at Dak, he was 5-0. 5-0 as in 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. Preseason. In 3 games. He looked good. Okay, maybe we could start this dude.
Yeah. Russ was
Look at Russ. Russ was like 5 for 1. That means 5 touchdowns and 1 pick in 4 games. And it was like, okay, we got this young kid. Maybe we can start him. And it started with OTAs, and then it finished with the preseason. And I think if Shedeur goes in the preseason and balls out, because I think you already make that one jump over Dylan Gabriel in OTAs, and then we put them pads on, we go out there, we really go out there and we hitting, and we want to see what you got when the coach ain't on the field talking to you.
Yeah.
I think if he does that, he'll have a chance, man.
And just like I said, Shedeur will ball out. Shedeur would do what he's supposed to do. But T. Rizzo don't think that Cleveland is giving him enough of a chance to be prepared to win this job. Y'all know T. Rizzo, ESPN Cleveland, the opposite of Tony Grossi. They are a mess up in Cleveland, dog. Let's go.
I could argue Dylan Gabriel's got a longer leash than Shedeur. That, in other words, if he was a first or even a second-round pick, how long does Andrew hang on to his draft picks? Kid's a 5th-round pick.
Do you think the Browns are committed to really giving Shedeur Sanders a chance?
No, I've told you guys this. Shedeur is a lottery ticket. The Browns just bought a ticket. They bought a lottery ticket, and it's a long shot for him. I think the kid could play, but I just wonder if he's going to get a fair enough shake to prove that he belongs. You know what? The way quarterback is in the NFL, he probably will, and it won't be with the Browns.
Wow. T. Rizzo was upset. He don't think they're going to give him a fair shot. But me, knowing Shedeur and watching Shedeur, he don't need but a couple of shots. And I promise you, ain't no turning back once you see what he can do, because the guy is actually good at football. And that's what the difference is here. Shedeur is good at his job, and his job is quarterbacking football. But every time you bring up Dylan Gabriel and you start to have that conversation, you automatically drift right back into the Shedeur conversation. There's no way around it.
Just look at it from the Dylan Gabriel perspective. You can see how unintentionally then taking Shedeur Sanders 2 rounds later might have been the worst thing for Dylan's stock in Cleveland, because every time you go to have the Dylan conversation, it goes back to, I think I want to see Shedeur Sanders more.
Oh, no question. And Dylan's got to understand that. Although, so the other side of that, though, is that he should just be happy he was taken in the third round.
Just grateful for life.
Yeah, there's a part of Dylan Gabriel that I go back to this all the time, is that he was projected 6th or 7th round. There's a real chance that Dylan Gabriel is an undrafted free agent and is just one of those guys that is cut by the time training camp is done. If in another world, if the Browns didn't exist, that's his lot in life. So I have a hard time feeling as if Dylan Gabriel's like, man, did I really lose out on my opportunity?
And that's true. He's a 3rd round pick with a 7th round suicide note around his neck, because Shedeur Sanders was picked 2 rounds behind him and is markedly better of a quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. He's taller. He's not left-handed. Faster, more athletic, and can put the ball in the precise place that it needs to be. And that's the difference. Shedeur doesn't panic under pressure. Shedeur doesn't get happy feet in the backfield. He will stand there and take licks like a man and still complete the pass. We've seen it numerous times over the past 4 years. Dylan Gabriel is not that quarterback. He is not. a pure passer like Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was taught to be a pocket quarterback, not a speed quarterback, not a Lamar Jackson type of quarterback. So once the preseason takes place, no one will be surprised when the screams and the cheers and the chants start getting louder and louder and louder for Shedeur Sanders to start. Of course, Flacco will start game one. I don't see Flacco unless Shedeur. I don't see it. Game one should belong to Flacco, being the veteran, and just get the season started, at least the first half of game one. But we shall see. But we all know who will ultimately be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns. And probably after the first season in Cleveland, they're going to have to renegotiate. They're going to want to sign that fourth-year option for Shedeur. Because being in the fifth round, I think that's a 3-year contract with a fourth-year option. And that fourth-year option is going to cost a couple of $100 million. Because that'll be the only way that Cleveland will be able to make up for not drafting him and Travis Hunter in the first round like they should have done and kept that nucleus together like Tennessee did with Cam and his number one receiver, Prosecco, from Miami. They were able to keep that package together and keep their quarterback comfortable and have him a known target who he's been throwing to for at least a year, that they know each other a lot. So it's on Cleveland, and we're going to see what's going to happen. And once again, all you ladies, see you aunties, y'all hit me up. Send me some more of these or post some more of these on Twitter, and I will grab them and put them in the video for you guys. All of you guys, you Cleveland Browns fans, you newcomers, welcome. I hope y'all like Colorado stuff because we're going to get into it. We talk a little other college football stuff around here too. Little Ohio State. We don't talk much about the Buckeyes because I'm a SEC guy, so y'all ain't going to get that much love. Forget it. And we ain't even talking Michigan because they just beat Alabama 2 years in a row. And we're not even going there. But anyway, man, we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day. This is the only video for today. And this almost didn't make it. But I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day, man. Enjoyed you. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments in the comment section. And we out this thing. We going to holler. Peace.